Okay, everybody, we are in Rockaway, Queens. More specifically, we're in the Belle Harbor neighborhood of Rockaway, Queens. And we're going to be talking about Flight 587 that crashed here 2 months and a day after 9/11, so November 12th, 2001. Everybody thought it was the second attack coming on the U.S., it was, especially New York. It was a crazy incident. And we're going to go to exactly where it crashed, and I will give you as many details as I gathered. And I'm going to show you all clips and models of the plane crashing and stuff like that. All right, let's flip this around and get into it. Okay, we're only a couple minutes away here from where the plane actually crashed. I'm going to give you the official story. So it's November 12th, 2001. Plane's taking off, heading to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Over 90% of the plane was actually of Dominican descent. Not from Dominican Republic, but, ancestry from there. And, it's a normal flight. 51 flights a week in 2001 left from JFK to go to the Dominican Republic. So this isn't like a crazy, unprecedented flight here. They take off behind a Japan Airlines flight. That was a Boeing 747, a bigger flight, a bigger plane than the Airbus A300 that they were on. So air traffic control tells them that they're possibly going to have a wind-wake turbulence from the 747, which I didn't know was a thing, but I'm learning it's a thing now. And they're flying, and they're under the Japan Airlines flight, and they start running into turbulence, like the air traffic controller said. So the pilot, eventually, this is blamed on pilot error. The pilot uses the rudder, which is like the tail fin, and he's jerking it back and forth, trying to stabilize the plane, which causes it to snap off. Because it was a very sensitive mechanism that they looked into afterwards. It caused it to snap off and fly off. So that's like a essential part of the plane, of the plane's stabilization in the air. So that sends it into what people call a flat spin, which is almost like you're spiraling down but not really moving forward or backwards. All right, right about here is where this plane crashed. To the left, it took out this whole block to the left. I'm gonna add all the pictures, of course, that you need to see to understand, to grasp fully what happened here that day. Before I hop out, I actually want to take a loop around this block because this whole block was pretty much destroyed, and there's some footage from the ground showing this area in a fiery explosion. So I want to take you guys so you can look at it. So the plane was in a flat spin, and because all the centrifugal force and the wind hitting it from different directions that's not really supposed to, it sheared off both the engines. So now it has no tail and no engines, and it comes crashing down. And crashes down into a fiery explosion. And since the engines detached, there was fuel spilling everywhere, which caused it to be a more devastating explosion than normal. actually quite a nice area over here. Everybody on the plane died, 260 people, all the crew, all the passengers. 5 people on the ground died, 1 person on the ground was injured. I'm surprised not more people on the ground died because it fully took out a bunch of houses. You'll see in the crime scene, there was an accident scene. All the bodies are covered in white sheets, so whenever you see white sheets, there's bodies under there. It's horrible, but I'll show you all the images. There's a lot of images on this because it was super covered after 9/11. Everyone was suspecting that it was another terrorist threat, terrorist attack. When I show you guys the footage of how this plane destroyed this whole block, you're gonna be shocked. Say hi to the truck. I hope you guys like my new snow camo paint job. Where a little bit of the snowstorm. Yeah, my aunt actually lived over here, and the plane basically crashed in her backyard. Her husband is an MTA cop, so he knew a lot of people that died in 9/11, which is horrible. And then my aunt's best friend was in one of the towers and called my aunt and said, "I'm in one of the towers, I'm okay." And then the tower collapsed and she died. So it's really a lot of people in New York were affected by this. Everyone in New York knows at least one person that was affected by 9/11, or I guess this plane crash. It's all built up. It's, like I said, it's a pretty nice area now. It was back then too. Pretty much, I would say, to maybe this big house or the one over to it, everything was destroyed. So there was an interesting thing that was talked about. In 2002, a Kuwaiti national, Mohammed Jabara, said, as part of a plea bargain, he spoke to an Al-Qaeda lieutenant that told him there were supposed to be 2 identical shoe bombings to continue attacks on the U.S. different planes. And he said that one was didn't get fully carried out, it was foiled, and the other one was successful, and that was flight 587. It was pulled off by and this was questioned. A lot of people say this didn't really happen. He was a Canadian, nobody boarded the flight with a Canadian passport, so who really knows? Now, another really interesting thing that happened is that October 20th, 2001, during a concert for a 9/11 memorial concert, a fireman gets up on stage, grabs the mic, doesn't like rush the stage. He was doing a speech, and then it's a famous speech. Many of you guys might already know it. He says, "Kiss my royal Irish ass," and then at the end of the speech, he says, "I live in a Rockaway, and this is my face, bitch." He tells that to Osama bin Laden.
And I want to say one more thing. In the spirit of the Irish people, Osama bin Laden, you can kiss my royal Irish ass. And I live in Rockaway, and this is my face, bitch.
And then, just about a month later, a plane comes down in Rockaway. Which, is that a coincidence? I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories around this whole incident, considering how close it happened to 9/11. Yeah, like I said, I would say to about, not this house with the porch, but the next one, everything was gone. Total fiery mess. There's actually a picture from Beach 128th Street, an engine, a plane engine in the backyard. After this happened, the Empire State Building and the UN building in the city were both evacuated, anticipating further attacks. The tail landed in Jamaica Bay, a mile north of the crash. The dirt kind of looks cool in the truck.
Our best, and so we were unable to find out from him in terms of any sort of numbers about casualties or those people who were hurt on the ground. Once again, accident happening right beyond where the homes that you see there. I can tell you though that we are not seeing the level of smoke that we saw before when we were out here just about an hour ago. Thick, heavy smoke just about everywhere you look.
Hospital called Jamaica.
Another thing that could happen, and very likely did happen, was that at the point in time of separation of that engine, it could have impacted the airframe on its departure and damaged the ability of that airframe and those wings to give you the lift you need to stay in the air. And if those devices are damaged, then you're going to have a very difficult, if not impossible, task to control that aircraft.
All right, and just to help folks out there, when a plane is flying low and slow on takeoff and also on approach, those are employed just to provide a little more aerodynamic lift. Without them, you have the possibility that the aircraft wouldn't be able to fly. Correct, Art?
That's correct. You get to the lower speeds, you need those.
So just to add on to what I was saying about the shoe bombing conspiracy, there was no damage in the cabin detected. There really wasn't anything left of the flight when you see these images and videos. And yeah, so I don't know how the head of FBI at the time, after he was not the head of FBI, even said that it didn't add up, something was wrong. I'm not a conspiracy theorist in that sense, but something was fishy in this whole situation. I don't know exactly what it was, but something was definitely fishy. So there were multiple TV stories and documentaries made about this, so if you want to know more info about this, just Google it. You'll find tons and tons of information. Hope you guys enjoyed being able to see exactly where everything went on. I'll see you guys in the next one.